I did.
I got like 3 months to restrict. Yeah, I gotcha. How the opposite feels. Congratulations. That's so awesome. Honestly, Jen's ready for it today.
The time is 7 o'clock, and I call this session of the Whitewater Student Government to order. If you could all rise and be able, recite the pledge of allegiance. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
With that, Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Senator Carter.
Here.
Senator Culberson. Senator Dorsey.
Here.
Senator Dewey.
Here.
Senator Irwin.
Here.
Senator Esterholm. Senator Houston.
Here.
Senator Khan.
Here.
Senator LePin. Here. Senator Michael.
Here.
Senator Nielsen.
Present.
Senator Patricus.
Present.
Senator Rice.
Present.
Senator Rosquist. Senator Schmidt.
Present.
Senator West. Present. Senator Williams. Speaker Wilson.
Present. And with that, we'll move into special orders, starting with the Senate oath of office. If you were elected to a Senate seat last night and got your signatures in, please join me up at the front. Last week. Given you have been chosen by the students of the University of Wisconsin-Whitewater as a senator on this student government, understanding that you have been chosen to perform such an active and important role, do you accept the position of senator and all the responsibilities, duties, and privileges that it will include? If so, say "I will to the best of my ability."
I will to the best of my ability.
I will to the best.
Repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Henry,
I, Gavin Kelleher,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
to fulfill the obligations and responsibilities of my office
to fulfill the obligations and responsibilities of my office,
to fulfill the obligations and responsibilities of my office,
to be knowledgeable of
to be knowledgeable of
and uphold the WSG Constitution
and uphold the WSG Constitution,
to uphold the WSG
standing rules,
standing rules,
the WSG standing rules,
and university policies
and university policies,
and university policies,
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Congratulations. It is my pleasure to introduce you to the two newest senators of the Whitewater Student Government. Wonderful. And with that, we will move into the appointment of 3 off-campus district seats. Is there anyone in the gallery interested in running for an off-campus district seat tonight? Seeing none, we will move into the appointment of 1 Esker district seat. Is there anyone in the gallery interested in running for an Esker district seat tonight? Seeing none, we will move into the appointment of 2 Rock County district seats. Is there anyone in the gallery interested in running for a Rock County district seat? Seeing none, we will move on to the appointment of 1 at-large district seat. Is there anyone interested in running for an at-large district seat? Seeing none, we'll move into guest speakers, of which we have none, of which we'll move into the approval of the agenda and minutes, starting with the approval of the minutes from September 30th, 2024. Can I get a motion to approve? Senator Rice.
Motion
Can I get a second? Seconded by Senator Carter. Can I get a voice vote? Wonderful. And with that, the minutes from September 30th, 2024 have been approved. And with that, we'll move on to the agenda for October 7th, 2024. Can I get a motion to approve the agenda? Parliamentarian Patricus.
Move to approve.
Seconded by Senator West.
Second.
Can I get a voice vote?
Acclamation.
Wonderful. And with that, we'll move on to student issues and concerns. Are there any student issues and concerns in the gallery tonight? Going once. Going twice. Seeing none, we are going to move slightly out of order into unfinished business tonight, of which we'll start with S 242501, Career Services Call to Action. So we're going to be starting with the presentation of that bill. Abby, would you like to? I'll yield the floor to you on that.
So I just emailed you something.
If you want to say anything in the
So basically just like kind of rehashing what we talked about last week. The bill is going over the progress with career services, and we are calling for the student advisory board, the student advisory board to be put together by October 15th, which we have had a meeting with Provost Chenoweth and Kristen Dillhart today, and that is already happening, as well as a plan with the timeline and what work they have been doing by this year as well. So that's a very brief overview of what we talked about last week.
Thank you very much, Director Riser.
And then really quickly, this is a document that me and Director Robinson received today when we had our meeting with Provost Chenoweth and Kristen. And it goes over the progress that they've done, and there's an implementation timeline as well. So basically, this chart right here, so these are the 5 deliverables that we have in our vision that was mentioned last week. And so this is what they would fall under, what each goal that they're working on would fall under. And then this is a little walkthrough. So again, that was very brief. So if anyone has any questions, please let me know.
With that, we'll move on to discussion. And I'll actually start in terms of discussion. I would obviously highly advise you guys to vote aye on this bill. I think it's one of the most important things our body has done. You folks to vote aye on this bill. I think it's one of the most important things our body has done this semester thus far. It's clear that with the research that went into not only auditing other schools, but seeing the progress that we are looking to make in career services, I think it's a really valuable piece of legislation for our body to pass. So I would highly advise you all to vote aye. Any other discussion? Parliamentary retreats.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. Just seeing the amount of work that they did, both of the directors, and then reading it, it seems like a no-brainer to me, and kind of bewildering that this hasn't happened sooner. Yeah.
Any other discussion? Going once, going twice.
Take one, pass it.
I believe we're going to get some materials that you can look over as well.
This is the document that I tried to show.
Because we moved to the point of the meeting, nobody said anything.
Take a moment to look over some of the materials you've been given.
This is a piece of
Take a moment, look over. I know Director Riser kind of already passed them out and explained them a bit, but take a look. Obviously, you continue to encourage you to vote your eyes. With that, we'll move on to roll call vote. Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Senator Carter,
Aye.
Senator Culberson,
Aye.
Senator Dorsey, Senator Dewey,
Aye.
Senator Irwin,
Aye.
Senator Imoro,
Aye.
Senator Houston,
Aye.
Senator Kelleher,
Aye.
Senator Khan,
Aye.
Senator LePen, Senator Michael,
Aye.
Senator Nielsen,
Aye.
Senator Patricus,
Aye.
Senator Rice,
Aye.
Senator Rosecrans,
Aye.
Senator Schmidt,
Aye.
Senator West. Aye. Senator Williams. Aye. Speaker Wilson.
Aye. And with that, S 242501, Career Services Call to Action, has passed in unanimous fashion. Wonderful. With that, we'll move back in order here, going on to reports, starting with external committee reports, of which we have a few tonight. Let's start with Chancellor's Committee for Disability Concerns.
Hey everybody, on October 4th at 1 p.m. the Chancellor's Committee for Disability Concerns met and I attended through WebEx. Senator Carter was also there and he attended in person. Overall in the meeting, we discussed a couple things such as the DREAM program, which stands for Disability Rights, Education, Activism, and Mentoring, and that program has currently been disbanded due to the lack of interest, but the Rare Affliction Club has taken up being a representative for this area for the academic year. There's currently an ASL club on campus, which has about 70 students attending. That is bringing up the question of offering ASL courses through the languages department, since they said years past they used to have it, but they don't anymore. The Ambrose Center is currently working on a remodeling process, and that created a section where upstairs, where the counseling is, a counselor can find their student in the waiting room and bring them back to a different section that is locked and can only be opened by the counselors. But they are concerned as you can't leave with the wave to leave that many of the doors on campus have. So they're concerned about students who are in wheelchairs. Housing let out 152 single rooms through CSD. They are also getting new elevators for Wells East in the summer of 25, and then new elevators in Wells West for the summer of 26. Also, Boxes and Walls is coming up. That is October 20th to 24th, which I know they, for a while there, were looking for volunteers yet. So if you're interested, they sent out an email, I think it was about a week ago. There was also a conversation about the elevator and hire, and about how some students are concerned because a lot of people use it and the elevator takes a while. And we just talked about how you should be courteous if there's someone who, for instance, is in a wheelchair and they need to get to class, you should let them in front of you if you do not have a medical reason to be using the elevator. That is all. So I yield to Speaker Wilson.
Wonderful. Any questions for Senator West? Going once, going twice. Seeing none, thank you very much, Senator West. With that, we'll move into the Chancellor's Committee on Student Success.
All right, good evening, everyone. So for my external committee, I serve on the Chancellor's Committee for Student Success. And to start the meeting out, we put down 3 main points that we'll be talking about for the meeting. Those being debrief from the Peter Felton visit, the Student Success Framework, and then the priorities we have for the rest of the semester. So firstly, for the Peter Felton visit, we want to start working on building good relationships with students, understanding that little changes can go a long way, and then encouraging students to ask for help. So some stuff on the Student Success Framework, we want to start doing the 5 steps for student success, implementing success coaches, and not just saying, but doing. So the framework's already there, it's just a matter of actually getting out and using it. So then for the last one, for the priorities, we just want to keep all this stuff moving and then actually get the students, as I said, to use it. And that's all I got, and I yield.
Any questions for Senator Good? Going once, going twice, seeing none, we will move on to the Chancellor's Student Advisory Council. Good evening, everyone. I had the honor this Friday to meet with the Chancellor Student Advisory Council. I had Chancellor King, Interim Vice Chancellor of Student Affairs, Christy Billhauer, and Interim Dean of Students, Dr. Veronica Warren at this meeting. For this meeting, we just looked over the mission statement with Chancellor King and pointed out a few words of what it meant to the university from a student standpoint and everything like that. Next meeting will be Friday, November 15th at 12 p.m. And for that next meeting, we are just looking over the Dean of Students office and coming up with some ideas for that. So if you have any ideas for the Dean of Students office, please let me or President Bradley know so we can bring them up. And then Chancellor King also gave us the document that WSG has made up for the 2024-2025 academic year of our strategic plan. Other than that, I yield to my report. Any questions? Senator Carter? Going once, going twice, seeing none. We will move on to our last external committee report for the night, University Curriculum Committee.
Good evening all. Some background first. The University Curriculum Committee is a committee made up of representatives from around the university that review proposed changes to the curriculum of UW-Whitewater. It's a very detail-heavy committee, so I'll just run through the raw details of what we went over, and if you would like more details, please feel free to email me and I will get those to you. So we received an update on special courses that have been approved since the last committee meeting. We discussed a new course, Practicum in Newspaper Editing. We reviewed 10 program changes, all were approved. We reviewed 5 course changes, all were approved. We went over 1 deactivation. It was just one of the final steps of deactivating a program which is no longer functioning. And then we discussed potential changes to the curriculum committee. At UW-Whitewater, most are all curriculum changes, then go to the faculty senate. Some recent information suggests that this is perhaps not how things are done at other universities, so there will be a discussion happening among faculty senate about potentially changing the process through which curriculum is approved. With that, I will yield to questions.
Any questions for the Deputy Speaker? Going once, going twice, seeing none. We will move into officer reports, starting with the report of our President, Mr. Douglas Allen Brown.
For the sake of time, I'm going to yield my report. I encourage you to read through it.
Wonderful. Any questions for Mr. President? Wonderful. With that, we'll move on to the report of our Vice President.
All right, so it is the end of September. And that means we're October already. We're going to elect a senator of the month for the month of September. Douglas and I have been chatting about this and have selected 3 senators up for vote, them being Senator Khan, Senator Michael, and Senator Rice. And we have nominated these individuals for the following reasons. Khan brings forward many new ideas, has helped a lot at the council and through the involvement fair. Senator Michael serves on many different committees and always takes on extra roles. And Senator Rice's willingness to help and support other WSG members. So, Madam Clerk, if you would like to pass around some pieces of paper, we'll have those names up for you on the screen. Please vote for one person, and I will come around and collect those, and Douglas and I will count those up. So, and I also yield to my report, so if you have any further questions.
Oh, you want?
Bring them to the front.
Oh, okay, well,
Yeah.
I'll just do my job.
If you just want to bring them around to us, okay.
Thank you.
Alrighty, wonderful. With that, we'll move on to the report of our Director of Academic Affairs, Abby Ryan.
The only thing I'll mention, tomorrow at 8 a.m. in UC 268, we have our Student Affairs and Academic Affairs Committee meeting. So please be there if you're in that committee. And you can't, please let us know tonight. Thank you. And with that, I yield to the rest.
Any questions for Director Ryan? Seeing none, we'll move on to the report of our WSG Advisory Committee, Billy.
Sorry. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Hello, everyone. I can talk today, kind of. I don't have an official report except to say that please look at your email, as our president has indicated, as there will be a link to opportunities for folks to work for WSG. And with that, Mr. Speaker, I will yield to questions and hopefully be back on campus tomorrow.
We can't wait to see you. Any questions for our advisor? Please. With that, we'll move on to the report of our Director of Student Affairs.
I yield my report.
Any questions for Director Robinson? Seeing none, we'll move on to the report of our Associate Director.
Happy 6th week, everybody. The semester's going pretty fast, already over a third of the way there. I will yield to my report, so if you want to know what I've been up to, you can just read there. So, great week.
Any questions for Director Bassett? Seeing none, we'll move on to the report of our Intergovernmental Affairs Director, Ron Spence.
Happy week 6. I have 3 quick things. 1, I'm looking for a volunteer tomorrow from 1 to 3:20 for tabling. 2, the second candidate forum will be tomorrow at 5 p.m. in UC 275A. And then the last candidate forum will be Thursday at 5 p.m. at Summers Auditorium. If you want to know anything else I did last week or am doing this week, reach out to me via email.
Sounds good. Any questions for Director Smith? Seeing none, we will move on to the report of our WSG.
I really only have one thing in my report, and that's the pledge application is out. And we're speeding through this because it's homecoming soon. That's why we're running through this. So we need some representation at tonight's meeting if y'all want to participate. But that's why we're running through it. But yeah, that's all I got. Actually, no, one more thing. If you are doing a external committee report, if you could email, the clerk email what your report is, make your first life a little easier, please, that'd be great. Thank you, that's it.
Well, any questions for the clerk? Seeing none, we'll move on to the report of Senate Parliamentarian. Parliamentarian Patrice.
Hey everyone, if you have any standing rules changes or revisions, I invite you to forward them to me. We have a CRC meeting the 18th to elect committee leadership, so I'll bring it up there. I had a meeting of the Residence Life Housing Exemption Committee, and it was informed by the chair that everything is under strict confidentiality, so I will not be giving a report every 3 weeks, just for your information. And then we have homecoming, so if you're interested in participating in homecoming, please reach out to me, send me an email. But also, I learned about 4 hours ago that we have to determine a movie to base our entire week around. So I have a list here, I have 5. If you have more, I invite you to tell me. So
Say
I
it
have,
right now. Yeah, you can use it.
Alright. So I have National Treasure, Top Gun, Air Force One, Independence Day, and The Interview. I really wanted Idiocracy, that was vetoed, unfortunately. So it's a kind of like a lottery system, so two groups can't have the same movie. But I yield to the body if anyone has any notes, anything they'd like to add, anything they'd like to change, remove, So I will forward that on to our delegates.
Anybody have any suggestions for the parliamentarian? Movie recommendations you would like to see our org take on for homecoming? Senator Rice.
I know this might be fun. I don't know if you can, but Happy Gilmore's such a great movie. And Adam Sandler's making a second Happy Gilmore. So.
Anyone else? That's the parliamentarian.
Alright, I will forward this list on to our delegates, and with that, I yield to my report.
Any questions? Oh, Director Smith?
For any new senators who may not know acronyms yet, what is the CRC?
The Constitutional Revision Committee is where we review kind of our documents of governance. So the Constitution, the WSG standing rules, which you have sworn oath to uphold. If you're in this room, a member of this body. Yeah. Anything else?
Any other questions? Going once, going twice, seeing none, we'll move on to the report of our Deputy Speaker, Mr. Glicker.
That seems to be the trend this evening. I have a very short report. Basically just seconding, we have Constitutional Revision Committee coming up. If you need any help writing changes to the standing rules, articulating what you want, contact a member of Senate leadership and we'll help you. And just another reminder to go to Student Affairs and Academic Affairs tomorrow if you're on those committees. Missing it will be an unexcused absence. And with that, I'll yield to questions.
Any questions for the Deputy Speaker? Going once, going twice, seeing none, we'll move on to my report, which I don't have much for you all tonight. Welcome to our new senators, as well as folks, we're working into the part where we're getting some things done this semester, so senators who are looking to get involved, keep coming to your committees. Like Deputy Speaker said, you will receive an unexcused absence if you don't attend them, but we're also looking to do tons of different work inside and outside committees, so if you have any suggestions, kind of getting to the end of my meetings with every single senator, but that doesn't mean my door's not open and my email isn't still available. So email me or come talk to me if you have any ideas. I'm in the office like all day. Otherwise, I will yield to questions. Any questions for myself? Director Smith?
Do you now have access to the speaker email?
I do now have access to the speaker email. It's wonderful. Jan is celebrating. Thank you, Jan. It's all because of Jan. She's really awesome. Alrighty, and with that, we will move into new business, of which we have none. And with that, we'll move into announcements. Does anybody have any announcements? President Paul?
I'd like to, yes, I have an
You
announcement.
would just be instead of
Yeah, I'd like to draw your attention to Director Dobke's report, and I encourage you to read through that in its entirety. Unfortunately, Director Dobke has resigned, but still very willing to help us hire a new person to fill her position. So if you're interested in the new Director of Communications, please keep an eye on your email. Jan will be sending some information out shortly. That's what she talked about earlier. But I encourage you to read Director Dobke's report all the way through, as I think she does a good job outlining why she made her decision and some pieces of advice, I think.
Any other announcements? Around. President Bradley again?
I would like to congratulate Senator Zaid Khan on being elected by students. Please come see us after the meeting.
Vice President.
New senators, I have binders for you, so if you want to come see me after the meeting as well.
Any other announcements? Going around. Wonderful. With that, we'll move on to adjournment. Can I get a motion to adjourn parliamentarian district?
Move to adjourn.
Seconded by Senator Nielsen. Can I get a voice vote? Wonderful. And with that, 1 minute before 7:29, we are out of here, folks.
Well, it's like, this is my report.
Yeah, that was the entire meeting. That was the remember today. I was long, but it was 2 years ago, the last meeting.
Oh, that makes sense.
And then we had an emergency meeting the week after. Yeah. Because
I'll write it down for you.
Director Robinson. Hi, I'm Zoe Emerson from World Purple.
Give me 1 second.
Yes, yes, sounds perfect.
So I have a question.
Just letting you know, it's still not.
I guess like what?
Horrible.